OMG, I studied so hard and knew everything. But then, when I sat down to take the test, my mind went completely blank. Now I've failed another math test and have to go to summer school.
Does this sound familiar? You've probably been there. Putting in the hard work, feeling prepared, but when the test begins, your brain just freezes. It's not because you didn't study enough, it's because something else is happening in your body and brain. Then you see the result. Another failed test. And you think to yourself, why does this always happen to me? It's called freeze and fail, and it's a real thing. In today's video, we're going to dive into why this happens. And more importantly, I'm going to show you how to stop it from happening again, so all your hard work leads to the success you deserve. Welcome back to the MaxLexiBot channel, where we explore AI tools to help you unlock your full potential and boost your learning, creativity, and productivity. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by test-taking anxiety, this video is for you. Let's jump right in. Now, let's talk about test-taking anxiety. It's something that affects a lot of students, but did you know that it's not just about feeling nervous? It's a real physiological response that occurs when your body perceives a test as a threat. If you've ever felt that overwhelming sense of fear or panic when you sit down to take a test, you're not alone. It's not your fault. It's your brain and body reacting to stress in the way they've learned to, which actually evolved to protect us from real physical harm. But for students with neurodiverse learning styles, like dyslexia, ADHD, ADD, MaxLexia, and other conditions, test-taking anxiety can be even more challenging. The brain processes information differently, and tasks that seem simple to others, like reading a question or interpreting a diagram, can be more difficult and stressful for you. And when you add in the stress of a timed test, it can feel impossible to perform well. For example, many students with ADHD or ADD struggle with focus, leading to mistakes because they couldn't concentrate long enough on each question. Meanwhile, students with dyslexia might experience challenges with reading comprehension, which can make it difficult to understand the questions correctly. And for students with MaxLexia, even simple math problems can feel overwhelming because of how the brain processes numbers and visual illustrations of mathematical concepts. Now, let's break down what's happening in your brain when all of this happens. When your brain perceives a test as a threat, your fight or flight response kicks in. This is an automatic, instinctual reaction that we all have when we face danger. However, instead of fighting or running, your brain may decide to freeze. This is where the term freeze and fail comes from. What's happening in your brain during this reaction is quite powerful. When your brain enters this survival mode, your stress hormones, like cortisol, spike. This is meant to prepare you to act, but it also shuts down your cognitive abilities. This is why it can feel like your mind goes blank, even though you've studied hard for the test. Your body is trying to protect you from what it thinks is a threat, but in reality, it's just a test. The result? Your cognitive functions are impaired, and you're unable to recall the information you worked so hard to memorize. But here's the good news. You can break this cycle. You can train your brain to react differently to stress. And with the right tools and strategies, you can overcome this feeling and perform well on your tests. Now that we understand what's happening in your brain, let's look at some practical strategies to overcome this test-taking anxiety and prevent that freeze and fail cycle. 1. Don't give up. Keep working hard. You've probably worked harder than anyone else in your class, and that's something to be proud of. But the key is consistency. The more you practice, the more your brain gets used to dealing with stress. So keep doing that, even if it feels like you're not making progress. Remember, success is a journey, not a destination. The more you practice, the easier it will get. 2. Use AI tools to organize and manage your study material. One of the biggest reasons students experience anxiety is due to the sheer volume of information they need to absorb. AI tools are a game changer when it comes to organizing and reviewing material. Tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, Notion, and Evernote help you break down large chunks of information into smaller, manageable sections. You can create concise study guides, flashcards, and bullet point notes that are easy to review. AI-powered tools like Quizlet also allow you to create flashcards that you can use to quiz yourself. In addition to summarizing and organizing your notes, AI can help you prioritize the most important topics. For instance, tools like ChatGPT and Google Gemini can answer specific questions you may have and explain topics in more detail, ensuring you understand key concepts better. Check out our video, AI 101, How to Create Study Guides, and check out our video, How to Make Study Flashcards Using AI, for the ways to use AI to generate these materials. 3. Practice test-taking scenarios. The best way to get comfortable with taking tests is to practice. AI can simulate test-taking environments and quiz you on different subjects. ChatGPT can generate personalized practice tests based on your course materials. You can time yourself to create a sense of urgency. And with platforms like Kahoot and Quizlet, you can even compete against yourself to beat your previous scores. This helps your brain adjust to the stress of a timed test while also building confidence. Additionally, AI can provide instant feedback, allowing you to identify areas you need to work on before the real test. Check out our video, AI 101, How to Create Practice Tests for Studying. 4. Leverage your accommodations. If you have accommodations at school, use them. If you're not sure what you're entitled to, talk to your school counselor or special education teacher. Some common accommodations include extra time to take the test, a quiet test environment to minimize distractions, stop time, allowing you to take breaks that don't count as test time, noise-canceling headphones to reduce noise distractions, text-to-speech tools that can read the questions out loud to you, memory aids like formula sheets that you can refer to during the test. But remember, not all accommodations will work for everyone. Try experimenting with different accommodations to see which ones best suit your needs. It may take some time, but the right accommodations can make a huge difference in reducing anxiety. For neurodiverse students, these accommodations are a game changer. 5. Talk to your teachers about alternative assessments. If you find that the test format doesn't work well for you, don't be afraid to ask for alternative assessment options. Sometimes multiple-choice tests just don't work for neurodiverse students, especially when questions are confusing or misleading. Consider asking your teacher for the option to complete an essay or a project instead of a traditional test. Your teachers want you to succeed, and they will likely be open to finding a method that works better for you. Mindfulness and breathing exercises. Research shows that practicing mindfulness or deep breathing exercises can help calm your body's fight-or-flight response. Simple techniques like inhaling deeply for 4 seconds, holding your breath for 4 seconds, and exhaling for 4 seconds can activate the body's relaxation response, helping you focus during tests. Sleep and nutrition. Never underestimate the power of a good night's sleep and proper nutrition. Lack of sleep can make anxiety worse and impair your cognitive function. Make sure you get enough rest before a test and eat a nutritious meal to fuel your brain. Avoid sugary snacks or drinks that can cause energy crashes, and opt for something balanced, like oatmeal, fruit, or nuts. Exercise to reduce stress. Regular exercise can significantly reduce anxiety by releasing endorphins, which are natural mood lifters. Even a short walk or light stretching before a test can help calm your nerves and improve focus. As you start to use these strategies and AI tools, you'll begin to notice gradual improvements in your grades, increased self-confidence, and a more effective ability to manage test anxiety. And most importantly, remember, it's just a test. It's not going to define your future. It's not about being perfect, it's about progress. The more you practice, the easier it will get, and the better you'll perform in stressful situations. So, to sum up, keep working hard and stay consistent. Use AI to help you organize your study material and practice. Leverage your school accommodations to reduce stress. Talk to your teachers about alternative ways to assess you. And don't forget to take care of yourself with mindfulness, sleep, and nutrition. You've got this. I believe in you, and I know that with the right tools and mindset, you'll overcome that test-taking anxiety and reach your full academic potential. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with anyone who might benefit from it. And if you have any tips for managing test anxiety, leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.